can she ask everyone how you've approached reading and writing?
So what I've done is I did it completely different to how they would be doing in school. We literally just started by reading stories together. So like every morning we'd do a read aloud. And then I started bringing in sort of like reading comprehension questions and also copywriters. So Brave Writer, she does a podcast and she is absolutely
I
amazing.
love the Brave Writer.
She's so good.
Brilliant, isn't she?
She really is. And she just...
I love it. I used to have my
confidence.
oldest teens years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago with like my eldest two as well. She's been going for years. She is brilliant. I absolutely love the Brave Writer.
Yes, so her
Fantastic.
partnership writing we followed, and it was like the best thing for both of mine. It worked for both of them because my eldest, I'm pretty sure, like 100% sure, she's got PDA. So when she came out of school, she point blank refused to write anything. So we started with what she suggested, where she would dictate her answers and I'd write for her. And then we progressed into she'd say the answers, I'd write it out, and then she'd copy. And now she writes independently completely. And we're going through the same process with my son, but we've never done specific like language arts and things like that. But what we've done is what she suggests with copy work. So I got like a passage from a story or a book they're interested or facts they're interested in and get them to just copy it out, and through that they're practicing their handwriting, but they're also learning like the grammar side of things, the punctuation and things like that, and that's worked well for us, but it doesn't seem to have the same pressure. And then last year we started doing IXL English, and I was really surprised that my son is actually ahead of what his age would be in the, like, he was just picking it up, all the terms and stuff that they're talking about, he just got. So I think just reading stories and sharing stories and talking about them, like, I mean, conversations are like the best thing you can have in home ed. I don't know if everyone else finds that, but just discussing it like in a natural way, they get so much comprehension from that. And like, they might not have the same, all the terminology and stuff that they have in schools now, but really, who remembers all that from school? Like, I've got a star in both English literature and English language. I couldn't tell you any of the stuff, like all these. I remember my daughter came out of primary school.
He did do it. Anthony, he's 13 now. He has PDA, autism, learning difficulties, dyslexia.
It's a completely different ball game, isn't it?
So on, do you know what I mean? And he is very much a reluctant writer. I struggle a lot with Anthony, but I found incorporating topics that he likes the most help. Yes. So like writing about Minecraft or writing about football. This is exactly Football's a big one at the minute. When he was into dinosaurs, we focused on that because he'd happily write little snippets about dinosaurs. This is exactly and gaming's really helped him because he wanted to be able to interact with his cousins online properly.
Yes, and that was the same with my son.
And that was like an intrinsic motivator for Anthony. So I really embraced that side of it and encouraged it for him. Because he really does enjoy the reading, and when it's for his benefit and he sees the use of it, like the use in it, he really started to apply himself. Nimue, because she'd watched the older ones, she wanted to do similar activities to the older ones. So she actually asked to learn to read very early on, to be honest. Being the youngest of four, they want to mimic the older ones as much as possible. So the fact that they could read and write, she wanted to be able to. So she started like doing little like mark making things when she was younger. I did lots of reading stories with her, telling her stories around the fire, getting her really interested in storytelling. We also do the exploring nature with children curriculum as well. Yeah, that is really good. And they have like copywriting passages that you can do and tracing passages that are quite small. It incorporates lots of fun outdoor games into it as well. So like we started,
I think when they're little as well, like
they're using like making letters when we were on the beach. If we were out, we'd do it with twigs, that kind of thing. You know, making it as fun as possible for her when she was little.
And like playing games as well.
I used to play up on YouTube as well, because I used to do challenge days too. where I'd like make things and they'd have to like find them around the house and answer cryptic questions, and they loved all that kind of stuff. I mean, Nimway's only 7 now, so she's still learning herself. Do you know what I mean? She's probably got a reading age of about, I'd say, 8, maybe 9. When we were up reading, I used to read them a bedtime story around the fire, and then
Oh, that's so
gradually she'd
lovely.
start taking over the words and interjecting in places, and yeah, she really took
I
to
think
it.
that's
in
the
that
thing, when
respect.
you're naturally sharing it, they do end up picking it up. And the same with gaming. I mean, my son's basically taught himself to write through Roblox because he wanted to communicate with the other people. And he just came down one day and started writing a load of things. And I was like, wait, what? Like, where did that
Finding a
come
way
from?
to tap into that intrinsic motivation is
Yeah.
really beneficial when you're trying to help your child to learn how to read.
Yes, especially when they struggle, I think, with learning.
Yeah.
Because so he struggled very much with learning to read, and we tried like everything. And then someone suggested sight words and the Peter and Jane books that they used to use in like the 50s. Oh my goodness, the difference. I mean, we tried everything for years and he struggled to even remember letters. And then
I
with
mean,
these sight words, he just picked it up and now he reads chapter books
brilliant.
fluently.
Yeah, I mean, Nim's actually enjoyed them. She got them for Christmas one year. Them Jane and Peter books. Jane and Peter.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got them for Christmas one year, and she asked to do them quite a bit.
Yeah, they seem to connect with them, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is about them. It's like a sight word reading book, but it's the way they layer up the words. I think that's so successful in it.
Yes. And my friend's daughter also has dyslexia. She used them after us and she's found the same thing. She's just learnt really well with them.
Yeah, getting pitch black, you know.
How are you feeling now, Hagwitch?
I'm really sore, to be honest with you. I was just about to say I'm gonna have to shoot off because I am feeling it.
What's
It's
wrong?
fine.
They're amazing. I've got cellulitis at the minute.
Oh, love.
So I'm
Oh,
in
did you
quite a
get
bit
an
of
insect
pain.
bite?
No, I've got hidradenitis suppurativa,
Yeah.
and it's just where you get random lesions on your skin in certain areas of the body, and it's very, very painful. It's excruciating.
Yeah.
It just developed into cellulitis, unfortunately.
Have you
It's
got
quite,
some antibiotics?
yeah, I'm on antibiotics at the minute, yeah. But
Oh, I
yeah,
had that really bad. We went to Italy before COVID and we were in Venice and like I'd never really been abroad. Like I'd never been to Italy and I